Chests full of armor. Let's go. This is a tier 3. Maybe we get a tabula. I got a tabula from this room before. Or something. Maybe we get another sick unique. I mean, technically you could get a lot of good stuff here. I mean... Hey guys, welcome to another video with your fantastic host CatmasterOP. I wanted to give you a little bit of an update what I've been up to because I haven't really been making a lot of YouTube videos. I would say like 2 weeks ago on a Friday evening we started in Parry the Pigs League after in solo self-found hardcore I killed my Hierophant to walking into a temple at Ziri. And since then we've been playing, I think, 5 characters in total, and this is the 6th one. So the first we did a BV Inquisitor, I think, Blade Vortex Inquisitor. That was a really good starter, really solid. I even managed to get an Ash's Mirror and sadly died off stream, so I don't even have a rip clip for that one. But then I was doing a 2-hand X crit Impale Juggernaut that I killed spectacularly to Eradicator, and then we did a Bane Occultist, I think, twice actually. Tried to get a Bane Occultist going because the new Cane of Unraveling is pretty pog. Hey, if you want me to make a video about that, let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, by the way. I'm definitely gonna make a video regardless, but you can let me know what you want to hear about. And I died on the first one to Shikari, actually. Map Shikari. I was doing the Desert Spring map because I wanted to get the Augmented Soul of Shikari for the poison immunity. And yeah, just mispositioned and got one-shot clapped. And then the second iteration of the build, I had actually gotten a 6-link Cane of Unraveling from one of the other guys in the league. And I was just in my 3rd map or something like that. And I walked into Beyond next to a Brutal Shrine, and I got brutally sandwiched by Bameth and Haast. And then we made another jug that just died to being shocked by Spark Skeletons. So as you can see, a lot of fun to be had. This is a private league hosted by Parry the Pig, who's another Path of Exile streamer. Just with the turbo mod and hardcore. However, it's really cool because it's like solo self-found, but it combines the solo self-found aspects, like the cool things about solo self-found with the cool things about trade. Like, it's really nice to be able to trade with other people, and there's like no trade downsides, price fixers or scammers or anything. It's all very friendly, and it's a little bit of a barter economy. You have to really find out what things are worth for you. So I've been having a lot of fun in there. And yeah, we managed to find a Windripper in the Temple of Atzoatl on one of the previous characters. Really funny. And so from then on I already knew I was going to play a Windripper character and was most likely going to be a Ranger. And since Raider has been reworked a little bit, I decided, hey, we're gonna do a Raider instead of Pathfinder or Deadeye, which were the obvious choices, because Pathfinder is really good for Flash Sustain and Hardcore. And yeah, Deadeye is just, you know, always referred to as the go-to Ranger class because it's it has a tailwind that just makes you 10% faster, which is really good. But we managed to hit level 86 today. We're going strong towards 87 on this one. And I just quickly want to give you an overview of what we've done so far. We decided to work with Lightning Arrow because Lightning Arrow is a skill that I myself like a lot. If you don't know Lightning Arrow, it's a skill that basically is like a basic attack with lightning conversion, but then it has a sort of splash effect. So you hit an enemy and it sparks to 3 nearby enemies per default. But since we got traded the Helmet enchant for Lightning Arrow, it sparks to 5 additional enemies, meaning like 1 arrow is 6 hits in total, and those additional splash hits don't have reduced damage. There's like no reduced modifier, so it's... The Helmet enchant is kind of absurd. It's one of those Helmet enchants that are completely out of line because the baseline for Helmet enchants is like 40% increased damage, and this is basically when clearing, when there's enough targets, this is 100% more damage. Bullshit, 50% more damage. Because you hit 6 enemies instead of 4 in total. And yeah, really, really good. Lightning Arrow. We're running it in the Windripper. We're using in crit damage because my crit chance unbuffed is pretty good. I want to say we're at 32.5, and then of course we got 3 power charges because we're killing enemies with Assassin's Mark, and we're using the Diamond Flask, so the effective crit is beyond 75, I think. I POB'd it last night. We were using increased critical strikes while leveling, and I just replaced them last night with increased critical damage, because at a certain point it's better to get more crit multi than crit strikes. Using Hyri's Demise, which is really, really good base damage per attributes. It's hard to get a better quiver, I feel. Like I try to roll some quivers and I always lose damage. Maybe eventually we'll replace it with something that has life. Using a generic amulet with life and resists. Depth Perception is a budget anoint. I'm probably gonna go for something that gives crit multi later, but it's really good value for the cheap oils. There's also something I want to talk about on the tree, but first we're gonna go over the build, over the items. I bought a Queen of the Forest from someone in the league as well. Thief's Torment I had in my stash. Luckily this is a max roll increased quantity, so together with the Windripper quantity on slain frozen enemies, we have a total of 31%. And the rest is just basically filler gear. This is just life and resists. This is life and resists. And 3-step assault are really cool because they give chance to dodge spell hits while phasing. Now with the new raider, I don't know whether you had onslaught on hit before, but there's a chain of really, really cool interactions if you go with this setup. Right? So Avatar of the Veil is core because you have elemental immunity while phasing. Immune to elemental ailments is always really, really good on an ascendancy because it saves you flask affixes. So we don't need a freeze remove, we don't need a shock remove, we can have bleed, curse, movement speed, evasion rating, and we could have something else here, but I have bleeding because this one is not a perfect reduced charges use, so I use 31 out of 60 charges, so I can only use this once, so I want to be sure to not die to bleeds. Especially with a fast attacker where you can ramp up a lot of Corrupted Blood stacks on a Corrupted Blood rare. You really want to have a reliable freeze remove. But yeah, Avatar of the Whale is core, but it's enabled by Quartz Infusion and Rapid Assault, right? Because when I have Rapid Assault, which is what I got in Uberlap, by the way, Uberlap Super Wonka S, but we squeezed ourselves through it. I was using different gear, so I had like a total of, with the massive shrine that we got in Uberlab, we had a total of almost 6k HP, so it was really... I think we actually hit 6k because we got 1 level in Uberlab and then we picked a life node and we had 6k when we fought Final Azaro. But it was still scary because it was super tanky due to a golem. But anyway, we don't have to do it anymore, damage is there now. But yeah, what I wanted to say, Onslaught for 10 seconds when you kill a rare or unique enemy. You get Onslaughts for 10 seconds on kill, so you always have Onslaught. But when you have Onslaught, you're also phasing because Quartz Infusion, right? So you also have always phasing next to always Onslaught, and you always have Elemental Immunity, you always get Spell Dodge, you get Movement Speed, you get the Fire, Cold, Lightning exposure applied, which is really, really great for mixed element builds, because you cannot, there's no way in the game how you can inflict exposure to more than one element at the same time, other than this, right? There's Frostbomb for cold exposure, there's Wave of Conviction, where you can do either fire or lightning, or I think you can also somehow do it so that you get cold with a hatred and with some conversion or something like that, but you cannot do more than one practically at the same time, because you'd have to do the same exact damage, which just doesn't happen, right? Because there's roll ranges. And also nearby enemies have 15% less accuracy while you are phasing, which helps with crits as well as like hits. It's just really good. In combination with aggro and phase aggro, from all that dodge and spell dodge, we got 50-50 actually while phasing. Give me a second, I'm gonna get an Onslaught Flask to demonstrate, right? So while I'm phasing, I got 50 attack dodge and 50 spell dodge. And unbuffed we got 14k evasion. And then with the Jade Flask of Reflexes we almost got 40k, so 37.5k. And that all on a pretty low investment, pretty low budget. And then while leveling the character, we actually farmed the Dishonored Queen in Act 6, Mudflats, and completed a set of the Line Divination cards. And I was a super lucky bastard as usual, and I got a Lion Ice Fall. So that saves us a lot of traveling in the tree, because we're actually able to get Leech and crit multi here from the Claw cluster, rather than having to travel here for Leech. Or I guess you get Leech here, but then you have to get Mana Leech here, and it's just really, really good to be able to pick this up and have this count towards your bow stuff. Really nice. Yeah, and now we're just planning to pick up more life until we get like 5k life. And we get some more levels in higher maps, like in yellow tiers or maybe even low red tiers. And then at like level 90 something, when I feel like I don't really want to level more, it would either take too long or be too risky or whatever, then we're gonna refund out of a lot of survivability, go all ham on movement speed and item quantity if we can get some quant gear. I do have Sedima's Touch. Maybe some other people in the league have found some quant gear that I can buy from them, and then it's gonna be a full-on MF build. I'm looking forward to that. So, yeah. Just quickly wanted to give an overview of what I'm doing. I hope that was interesting and educational. Oh yeah, I found a Wise Oak. While we're doing lab, I found a Wise Oak flask that I'd really love in the build, but for Wise Oak we need to balance our resists, and my resists are currently very all over the place. So it's not gonna happen anytime soon, but probably at some point when we re-equip gear, we'll be able to accommodate that and maybe get all our resists the same. That would be super pog, because then we get triple elemental penetration and triple elemental mitigation when all your resists are the same. Maybe even if we just get 2 elements the same, that would already be pretty cool. I don't know. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.